Greetings, everyone. How we doing? I haven't even opened the game yet. Big surprise there, though, right? Whew. I'm tired, Joe. How's everyone doing? Hey, Mr. Lost and Archer. How we doing? Ah, you're good. Let's all y'all chat and figure go ahead and jump in. Let's see. I hear my mic. Good. Okay. Make sure we got all sounds going. Hydrate will do. You can hear me good. I need to go ahead and turn on the desktop audio. Hey, Medina. Good evening. Write some tunes. Ooh. New music. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get the game going. I didn't even check. What is oh, nails. Y'all may have seen the picture in Discord. Went all portal on it. There we go. Having a hard time focusing on my hands. I think it's because it sees my forehead back there. They're a little worn down now. I chipped a little bit of the blue portal there on the end. But I like it. Oh, you did pretty good on the portals. The orange one's a little bit wonky, a little bit sideways. It does not want to pick that up. I didn't flip off. That was... This is the bird, is over here. Oh yeah, we're definitely not professionals. Definitely not professionals. But it's fun. I did get several more achievements. Let's see. So options, yeah. Show you all these real quick. Because I got the last time I played, I got the fire alarms and fire extinguishers. But I got all the blueprints. I got all the chess pieces. And oh, the trophy. So the trophy, oh yeah, and the constellations. Forgot about it. The trophy is in the menu once you get all those others, the blueprints and chess pieces and stars. Once you get all that, it takes you to this, and it now gives you this little button down here. And when you click on it, you can move around in the menu. And this little thing was hiding back here. Right in the middle, just waiting for me. So that was pretty neat. Oh, thank you, Ash Rider. How we doing? Oh, you get it mixed up all the time, that's fair. Thank you so much for the lurk. Back to the main menu. Options. Turn the speedrun timer back on. And I think we're gonna go ahead and just dive into this so I can try to get 2 good runs here. No pressure. And I'm already almost through my first beer. to sort of help
Are you
relax a little bit.
Of self-doubt?
How is Dr. Glenn Pierce compared to me?
Or for allowing the smallest
Am I still
problems
louder
to
than
get blown
Dr. Pierce?
completely out of
No.
proportion?
Yeah, so yeah, it's
At
Dr.
the
Pierce.
Pierce Institute, our patent-pending Somnosculpt technology provides safe and effective dream therapy while you rest in the comfort of our flagship clinic. Located right next to the secondary overflow parking lot at the University Medical Center. Somnosculpt will make your dreams come true.
Let's say I did a little bit of practicing when I was trying to find all the stuff, but I didn't actually do a full game run because I've been trying to not do that except on stream. But as soon as we hit the sub 30, I'm gonna start doing some real practicing. But I wanted sub 30 to be live. That's my goal. Boom. All right, everyone. Wish me luck. And we're off. I always got to glance up there and make sure the timer's working.
Terms of service accepted. Congratulations on following suit. Welcome
Oh wait,
to
where is
Somnosculpt.
it? Oh no.
Your progress may be
It's not even
monitored by
over here.
qualified
I know it.
specialists. This orientation will adapt you to eyelids, our
Just
interactive,
wanting to
lucid
switch.
induction dream state in which you retain full consciousness and control.
Doing good.
Confirmed. You
Thank
can
y'all.
move freely, interact with surrounding objects, and listen to messages from your patient care team. Please note that I am the
No, I missed
standard
it.
orientation protocol and that my voice has been explicitly chosen to remind you that I am not a part of your patient care team. I do not care. During eyelids, you will lose the ability to awaken suddenly due to realizing that this is a dream. Evidence: I have already informed you that this is a dream. You did not wake up. Please complete the remaining orientation activities.
Okay, I lined that up really wrong, but it still worked.
All environments perceived during eyelids should reflect a typical mental state. If you believe your mental state was compromised by Somnosculpt, please provide a
where
comprehensive,
did it
rational
go?
explanation in your post-procedural survey. Completed surveys may be eligible for a gift card.
Okay, that was not great. Because I completely lost track of that cube. I feel like I really need to practice the beginning. Like, I get like really jittery at the beginning, and I make a lot of mistakes early.
To maximize the time allotted for your therapeutic journey,
What?
please do not delay in proceeding through the final doorway as indicated.
What?
Hazel left
Hazel left? Where did Hazel leave?
because she felt stuck.
Oh, we lost Hazel.
No, we let Hazel go.
Oh, okay.
We told ourselves that it wasn't nice to make a friend feel stuck.
That's fair. Kind of like my day job does me.
But they're not your friends.
No, they're definitely not my friends. Hazel moved on to bigger and better islands. Exactly.
God damn it. Another one of those not things in my life.
That's not good. Eh, I blocked myself with the door. That was... No! Okay, that was weird. That didn't slow me down too bad, honestly. Sure didn't look good, but...
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
Oh no,
and I'd
it's
like
the
to talk to you
block
about
jump.
being special.
I've not even practiced
So
this,
special, in fact, that we have no idea where you are. But not to worry, we're working on it.
Yo! Oh, come on, I keep missing it. Okay. Not too bad. We got this. So, most of y'all are probably aware of all the stuff going on with Twitch.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'm just popping in to give you a quick update on where you are. We still
Actually, I
don't know,
should have
but please keep moving
my new
forward,
automated
and
message
hopefully
popping up in a
you
second.
prefer frequent updates to being reminded that you are completely lost.
There are 2 hashtags going about. Thanks to Wreck-It Raven. Those of y'all that hang out around here a lot know that name. Twitch Do Better was the start of it because there's been a significant increase in
Hello,
bot
my name
spamming
is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and we still can't find you.
and
But
hate
you
raids.
should now have access to a series of elevators that should trigger your subconscious to gradually wake you up.
And
You
the
should
people
also
who do
find
the
a
hate
variety
raids
of
don't
emergency
get
exit signs
banned
that
or
should
suspended
lead you
or
to them.
nothing.
Will all of this work? Absolutely.
Twitch has remained
Hello, my name
relatively
is Dr.
silent. They
Glenn
did make
Pierce.
a tweet yesterday
In the event that this
that they
elevator
are looking into it. And all feels rather empty. So that gave rise to sub out of Twitch, the hashtag. Yeah, just slap on the wrist if anything. So a lot of streamers are asking that should you choose to support the channel,
This is an automated message
or
for
the
all
streamer
patients
themselves
who attempted to use an
to
alternate
do
pathway to
do so
access
through
the
other
next phase
means.
of somnasculpt therapy, but who have become
Yeah,
trapped
because
in
the
a dream
only thing
state
Twitch
paradox
cares about is the
instead.
money.
Your decisions
That's
imply
all they
a
care
failure
about.
of orientation, which reflects
love you.
negatively on the standard orientation protocol.
You know that I
We will
go for a
rectify
chill
this
stream,
failure
correct?
immediately.
Bork, I forgot the
But
damn
you're
block.
talking about things that make people angry. And it makes me angry.
Yeah, I turned the wrong way. Chill Angie stream.
I can't help it.
Professional tip: the average adult
yeah.
can only withstand 3 to 5 dreams per night. Once this threshold is eclipsed by entering more dreams,
all
your
I'm
mind
saying
will
is
suffer
change
an
won't
explosive
come from
mental
a calm
overload,
attitude.
reorienting you for the emergency
No.
exit protocol.
So
Please
you
subject
gotta get
yourself
fired
to
up.
explosive mental overload.
You gotta get fired up about it.
Okay, that was close. I almost didn't
Please
drag that
note
far
that a
enough.
reluctance to volunteer for the risks associated with explosive mental overload implies a misunderstanding of all other solutions, all of which are far more traumatic and likelier to result in catastrophe. I am not capable of suboptimal suggestions. Please exit this dream as soon as possible.
I do have an automated message set up that should be going on soon. I don't remember how long I set it for. But I have turned off my sub goals, which you may notice they're at the top of the screen. They're no longer up there. And I have disabled hype trains for the time being. And I have a Patreon that you guys can support there. And my patrons get a shout out at the end of every stream, by the way. And I have a coffee account set up.
My name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
I have
And
not
despite touring the waterfall
set up the
serenities
monthly
on the
thing yet.
previous section you've
Coffee's
just completed,
set up
you
memberships
may
for monthly
still be experiencing feelings
payments.
of worthlessness and
So Coffee
self-doubt.
has one-time
Do I feel like
donations, is
everything
what
is
they were
going
built
wrong, even when the sun is shining?
on. Flashing lights, everybody. I did set that up, by the way, Archer. I think it is exclamation mark TW, I believe. Yes. I did finally remember to do that. It is possible to increase on Patreon. I plan on setting up the Coffee monthly thing, as well as adding a... Oh, I didn't even have to look down. Holy crap. Okay. And doing an increased tier on Patreon,
and I'd like to talk more about the feelings
both of which will be
worthlessness
set
and
up
self-doubt
as
I
alternatives to
mentioned before.
subs.
You feel this way
Coffee
because
does
you
not
want the
take
kind of
any
happy life you see
cut.
all around you, the kind you know everyone else is enjoying.
Though I
that's
believe,
exactly
since I do
why
it through
we're here to
PayPal, I
help.
believe PayPal does take a cut of it. I can't remember what it is. And Patreon takes 10%, I think. And a lot of folks are setting up fan houses, and I'm considering doing that as well. It's a subscription service similar to a
dream within a dream instead,
bar.
disorienting yourself
Where did
even
it go?
further. You are responsible for failing to make this crucial distinction.
PayPal is something like 10%. Maybe most services are in the 10 to 20% cuts, while Twitch takes 50%.
And then does nothing to protect the
Then
streamer.
offers no safety tools. That was better. I didn't miss the shelf.
Did you know that unintentional multi-dream layering occurs
Hey,
in less
there-
than 1%
yes,
of
thank you.
patients? This correlates strongly
So,
with the 99%
yes, as far as
of patients
increasing
who
on
are able to
Patreon, you
follow
can,
simple instructions from the standard orientation protocol.
set it up to pay more than the $1. But I do plan to set up another tier eventually. Yeah, exactly. Where PayPal takes another cut, and then we pay taxes on what we do get. So, creators...
Keep talking about it and then tell me not to get angry.
Yeah. Creators do not get paid very well via Twitch. We're trying not to trigger Tipsy over there.
Oh, I'm triggered. I'm always triggered.
Always. Oh, I almost waited too long to start clicking on those. But no, I got the 2 links there in the automated message.
Attention. Dr. Pierce requires you to note the following risks of dream overexposure. Significant memory loss, both quantitative and qualitative. Hallucinations of dreaded or annoying objects. Unrealistic beliefs about the lengths of hallways. And other side effects which have not yet been discovered or which cannot be understood.
I think I am going to turn down the game on my end after this run, because I just realized how really loud it is. Yes, very vocal about it.
Warning. Dr. Pierce is frantically submitting numerous spelling and grammar mistakes into the standard orientation protocol in a desperate attempt to counsel you. I have no subroutine to correct these errors, but I cannot compromise the integrity of the standard orientation protocol. You will not receive these messages. They would not make sense regardless.
That was real bad. I didn't make the jump before I clicked on it. That was an uh-oh.
Attention. Dr. Pierce continues to input significant errors. I will interpret his basic ideas. Hello, my introductions are redundant. I am a real doctor who went to doctor school. VR has never been a mistake. I can help you, but I also do not know how. Transmission
I
ends.
can't see my feet, can you?
Hello.
No.
Name is my Pierce Dr. Glenn.
But in lighter news, we are... Oh, announcement! Announcement! What the... wrong room. I distracted myself and messed up. Yeah, announcement. My patrons already know this, but there will be
Hello.
Stream
My
Week.
name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
September
This is a
20th through the
notification
24th.
That you have reappeared on our monitoring system.
Got me a
after
week off work,
prolonged
off the
absence.
day job.
Please continue to do whatever you did most recently, and discontinue whatever you
Oh,
were
I missed
doing
it.
immediately prior to that.
Oh no, I'm too small. I messed that up. Can I make that? Oh no, 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 crap. That was dumb. So every day of that week, September 20th through the 24th, I'll be going live at 7 a.m. and streaming for a few hours, and we'll be doing fundraising for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, LLS. I'm still working on some of the finer details. If you do join Patreon, patrons will be voting
Hello.
on what
My
games.
name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
Got a long list
In
of games up
addition
over
to
there.
continuing and discontinuing as mentioned earlier, please also disregard
And
any unsettling experiences that you
gonna be
may
a good
have
time.
recently had.
Oh, what?
Everything should have now reverted to being soothing and therapeutic. If this is not the case, you may be receiving this message in error.
What have I done? Can I get in there? Okay. Brilliant. Did you not call this? Oh, did you call it me doing that?
Hello, my name is
I wonder
Dr.
if I can
Glenn
actually
Pierce,
angle that to
and I'd like
launch
to read you
it
my
at
favorite
me, so it
inspirational
pushes me
quote
through the
by
door.
me. The worst thing you can do is focus on negativity. It won't spare you from the cage of death, the pain of disease, the cruelty of time, the cold shell of human nature, or the eventual loss of everything you've ever held
Why am
dear.
I making these
Whatever you do,
just dumb
don't focus
mistakes?
on that.
Something indeed. I'm making ridiculous little mistakes.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
Why are you being so difficult? Thank you. Last time you streamed, I said that what you do if you launch it and the door just falls flat or locked. Yeah, yeah. It left me just enough gap to get through there somehow. But I threw up 20 different games
Emergency exit protocol
on
initiated. Please
that
prepare
Patreon
to
vote,
conclude your Somnasculpt
and you can vote for as many as you'd
experience
like to see me
in
play.
10, 9, 8,
And
error.
we'll
Error
start with
logged
the
by.
game that has the most
Orientation
votes
protocol.
and work down from
Stand
there.
by for analysis.
Just see how many games we can get
Error
through.
analysis
And then I have a
complete. You are
second
exhibiting
poll
signs consistent with an increase
for a
in
longer
fear,
game to start on
hopelessness, and
Friday
frustration.
that'll carry me
This
back
is
to my Sunday
inconceivable, as
schedules.
Somnasculpt therapy is proven to correlate with a decrease in these emotions. Hypothesis: patient was improperly oriented. Conclusion: impossible. Reformulating. Improved hypothesis: patient requires additional Somnasculpt therapy. Conclusion: emergency exit protocol.
This could be like a
cannot proceed.
34-minute run,
Emergency
by the
exit
way.
protocol has been emergency destroyed.
But that's okay.
Instruction: continue with Somnasculpt therapy indefinitely on an independent basis, as all orientation resources have been exhausted. This concludes your standard orientation protocol. Goodbye.
There is a particular spot of each of these that I can look that puts me right on the... Haha. This one I've had a hard time figuring out. It's right about here. No, too high. And I have memorized finally the maze at the end. Holy crap. Oh man, I really just messed that one up. I did finally memorize the maze at the end. And I did make it a command.
My name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
Command
Thank
maze.
you for completing the Somnasculpt Standard Orientation Protocol. Before you begin the first phase of therapy, I'd like to briefly describe the finite and fragile nature of the dream state.
Thank you for that, Archer, by the way.
Of course, nothing is more challenging.
I definitely
than the
need more
difficulty of changing
practice
perspective,
on the beginning of the
fundamentally
run.
altering your perceptions in a way that will enable you to face dire, trial-by-fire scenarios with solutions that could not be found otherwise.
She blocked me. Damn chair. Right, left. And left, right. Right, left. I always pick up time towards the end of the game. Just that beginning is real rough. That looked good. I made the jump right. Paint the wall.
Finally, while we respect the unique
It really
progress
does.
of every patient, you must understand that it is possible to completely exhaust your supply of dreams, thereby entering a state in which you will not be able to wake up, even with the help of triggering mechanisms.
See? That saves so much time. Let's get me back into
Listen
this.
carefully for the sound of an alarm clock, which will automatically play if you are approaching a destabilizing dream weight.
I did this like 4 times to practice. Figure out that guy turned just past the moon. I mean, I lined it up wrong, but... Come on. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know if y'all heard that. The sound it makes when you miss something. When you click on something that's not there. Why do I keep missing my drops?
Diagnostic warning. Unrealistic use of dream objects may result in dream integrity fail states.
Oh, you need to do... I was imagine this music playing all the way through the game. Yeah.
Overload may result. Please paradigm overload.
Oh, the drink machine that's in that room. If you shrink down that building and put the building in there, there's a chess piece inside the drink machine. That was fun. Come on, give me the load. There we go. I might actually get this down to about 31 or 32. I didn't realize just how
Hello.
much time that
My name is
saved
Dr. Glenn Pierce.
in the
And
elevator maze.
Many years ago, I had a dream. I found
might be right.
myself in a place where I understood that each of us begins as nothing. Where everything I perceived was shaped
Maybe
by
my little,
seeing it exactly
oh,
the way I
thunderclap.
wanted to. White space.
Maybe my little mistakes weren't costing me a lot of time. They just really didn't look very good. Okay, we got this. Oh man. Hey, baby girl. Pizza time. Now you're talking. We had pancakes.
I didn't want to cook.
Pancakes and beer.
But in white space, I also faced the greatest challenge I could imagine. Because with a lifetime of life
We got the
itself
baby
behind
girl
me,
now.
and all of the weight that it carried, I realized that seeing things the way I wanted to was not as easy as it used to be.
I don't know why I waited until just a second to look over there and think, oh crap, did I put this on the right screen? I ran almost the entire game. I'm like, oh no. Hey, sweet. Free beats is always nice.
You're well beyond dreaming now, and further out than anyone has ever come back from. But we hope that you won't get discouraged. After all, if this is a place of pure perspective, isn't it also a place where a different point of view could make anything possible? Isn't that why you came here?
Ooh, I almost stepped too far. I don't think I've got the jump click down enough to even attempt to try it with One Piece. It really does, Archer. Alright, trigger warning for flashing lights. Oh my god, I just looked at the time. Oh my god.
What'd you get?
It's not over yet. Oh my god. It's under 30 though.
Is it really? Oh. Damn, dude.
This load screen kills me. 2940.
What?
Achievements. Superluminal. They missed a golden opportunity. It should have been supernuminal.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
You did it!
And by now, you may have realized that all of this has happened exactly the way it was supposed to. You see, everyone who comes to the Institute does so because they feel that they are no longer in control of something important to them.
Hey, Sir. I always have a hard time pronouncing that, sorry.
Not. The problem is not that the problems we face
2940.
The problem is that we become so afraid of failure that we refuse to see our problems from a new perspective. And so, we do the same things again and again and again.
Excuse
and
me.
then, of course, we find exactly the failure we were looking for.
Oh no. Yeah, I got 2940. I am going to do another run. And just I'm going to run to the restroom. Actually. Thank you for dropping in. Everyone's excited. I don't know why. Alright, y'all. I'll be right back.
Your life will always be a struggle, and you will always have problems. But today, you have the chance to see things differently. Even though it meant facing obstacles that seemed impossible at first, you thought outside the box, and you overcame them. Because you saw things from every angle, you understood them for what they really were. Because you kept moving forward, no matter how far off the path you were told you were headed, or how unexpected it became, you found your way. minutes, you'll be back in the real world. Some part of you will say that none of this was real. So how could it have really meant anything? But just like the power of perspective itself, it will have been as real as you believed it to be. All you've got to do is wait
Up. Made it back just in time. Hey, Cryptid. Just in time to see it. Yes. Not a fan of you and your nacho cheese loving tea. Oh, mister. Goodness gracious. Oh. Unfortunately, I am also nacho cheese team, but I do like Cool Ranch.
What? Who is not regular, not Dorito?
There are a bunch of people that prefer Cool
So what
Ranch.
did they do when they didn't have Cool Ranch? Did they just not eat Doritos?
Maybe not.
Has
I
anybody
know it.
ever looked really good? I mean, like weirdly close at a Cool Ranch Dorito?
It's colorful.
Yes, that seasoning is like all kinds of colors. I used to do that when I was a kid. Just like hardcore stereotypical Dorito.
Oh, that's right, Archer. Yeah, can we get a shout out for Archer? Because y'all are not gonna want to miss that stream tomorrow. Ooh, Crypto, that's that's big brain energy right there. I first said we ate nacho cheese, but then Cool Ranch came around and we ascended. That's good. I like that.
Oh, that's very funny.
Sweet and spicy. Sweet and spicy is pretty good too. I like Doritos. I mean, I'm happy if you give me some Doritos.
I thought they were regular. I didn't know it was nacho cheese. I'm a dum-dum.
Alright. Alright, so I chugged what was left of that beer and got me another one. I'm gonna do a little bit of stretch here. Try to get these jitters out. Oh Lord, I've got so many notifications. What are y'all doing? Oh no, Mr. Lost, y'all be careful. Wasabi Doritos are best. No, I haven't even tried wasabi Doritos.
I didn't even know you could. I mean,
Yes, I love spicy too.
What did I just say?
I don't even know what you just said. Now you've done your bad run of the evening, it's time to get your good one down. Yeah. I feel like I made so many like little ridiculous mistakes, but I don't think they lost me time. They just looked really bad. I want to try wasabi Doritos now.
I had a whole can of wasabi and soy sauce almonds, and I couldn't go to work for 3 days.
Excuse me.
Never do that to yourself.
Yes, it will. There's apparently 3 different ones from what I've seen online. And I've seen a lot of speedrunners go with back 3, right 3, back. And I think that just throw people. But I've seen so many of these speedrunners like to run this game backwards. Yeah. If y'all watch some of like the fast ones, like the 22-23 minute runs, they run like a good chunk of the game in reverse. And I'm just like, how? I mean, you see there's a couple spots that I run backwards, but once ate half a pack of super spicy Doritos on Christmas Day. My gut was not happy about that. Yeah, it'll do you in.
That's not good.
Oh,
Christmas Day. That
no.
had to suck.
Honestly, my gut hasn't handled spice as well as it could do ever since then. Oh no, it ruined you.
You stripped your first layer of stomach skin. You'll be okay.
Yeah, I got sub 30.
Are you filled with feelings of self
I still eat spicy, but what cost? My intestines.
allowing the smallest
Your
problems
butthole.
to get blown completely out of proportion?
Worth it. I do want some wasabi Doritos. I'm gonna have to see if I can find some.
And effective dream therapy while you rest
Saves the panicking.
to our flagship clinic. Located
Who needs a
right
distance
next to
anyway?
the secondary overflow compartment of the university.
You do have a point.
Somnasculpt will make your dreams come true.
Doggo's not happy. Overrated as an organ. 3D print. Oh, limited time. Oh, boo. Invasion. Oh, maybe? What time? I mean, we might have like a late delivery or something. I don't know. Do you have Tiny Keep, Life Goes On, or Forager? None of those sound familiar. So I'm gonna say no. Okay. Did y'all hear that? Think I'd like them. Okay, let me do a print.
It's something 3 houses down.
Oh, 3 houses away. Gotcha. I just did a screen cap, and I will check that. I'll look into those. All right, let's do this.
Wasabi.
Let's get closer to 29 if we can.
Terms of service accepted. Congratulations on falling asleep. Welcome to Somnasculpt.
Always
Your
feels
progress
so
may be
sarcastic.
monitored by qualified specialists. This orientation will adapt you to eyelids, our interactive, lucid induction dream state in which you retain full consciousness and control.
Save stuff. What happened?
I dropped the damn cube behind the door. Oh my god.
Hey, that's enough.
To the fantasy section on stream. It's on Steam. And there's a sale. Absolutely. It does, it soft locks the game. Oh, Tiny Keep is a procedurally generated rule. I'm sorry, I'm cracking myself up. Oh, dungeon game. Alright, Life Goes On is a platform puzzle game, and Forager is a collection game with a nice story. Ooh, you know I'm all about story. Platforming I struggle with. I'm not gonna lie.
What? You're not good with platform games?
I struggle sometimes.
That's like where we started. With
It
video
is
games.
absolutely where we started. That doesn't mean I'm good at it.
I mean, how many hours did you put into Mario?
A lot. I gotta shake that off because I don't want to like crack myself up laughing in the middle. And I feel like as soon as I see that cube again, I'm gonna thank you, Archer. Oh my god. I double clicked on it and it rolled off the pad. Involves killing your character to get through puzzles. Ooh, interesting. Like, what was it? Lemmings?
That's
alright.
false, by the way.
What?
Lemmings never kill themselves. They don't kill themselves.
No.
Are
You know what
filled with
happened?
Feelings of self-doubt?
Get this.
Do you find yourself prone
Disney,
to minimizing massive
You should see the
dilemmas,
crazy eyes.
or for allowing the smallest
murdered
problems to get blown
lemmings
completely out of
to
proportion?
fake a documentary
At Pearson
to
Institute,
tell
our
people
patent
that they
pending
would
somnoscope
commit
technology
mass
provides
suicide.
safe and effective dream therapy
They
while you
threw
rest in
them
the comfort
off
our
of a
flagship
cliff.
clinic.
And they got an award for it.
Right next to the secondary overflow
Well, there you go.
ward at the University
Disney.
Somnoscope.
Yeah.
Will make your dreams
Cam says I can imagine it.
For real, it happened. For real. There was also animals killed in Milo and Otis.
Yeah. Cryptid said Disney's monsters.
Yeah.
Things I learned. I always have a hard time translating that. Disney yeeted lemmings off a cliff to win an award. That's exactly how it goes.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. They fabricated. David Attenborough would be livid. Probably is. But that for real happened.
Okay. Let's try this again.
Oh, and did you know that there are some lemmings who are monogamous, and then there are some lemmings who pretend to be monogamous and then actually sneak off and have a side hustle or a side hoe. But it's not a hoe. We don't.
Terms of service accepted.
don't have
Congratulations
people
on
by their
falling
sexual
asleep. Welcome to Somnasculpt. Your progress may be monitored by qualified specialists. This orientation will adapt you to eyelids, our interactive, lucid induction dream state in which you retain full consciousness and control. Confirmed. You can move freely, interact with surrounding objects, and listen to messages from your patient care team. Please note that I am the standard orientation protocol and that my voice has been explicitly chosen to remind you that I am not a part of your patient care team. I do not care.
I still stand by
During
it. The
eyelids,
voice was
you will
chosen
lose the ability
to sound
awaken
like Gladys.
suddenly due to realizing that this is a dream. Evidence. I have already informed you
That
that
worked
this is
a
a
lot
dream.
better.
You did not wake up. Please complete the remaining orientation activities.
Oh, went too far. Yeah.
All environments perceived during eyelids should reflect a typical mental state. If you believe your mental state was compromised by Somnasculpt, please provide a comprehensive, rational explanation
I
in your
am not-
post-procedural survey. Completed surveys may be eligible for a gift card.
I would imagine so cryptid. Oh, what? Okay. Mistakes were almost made. I didn't know there was a rafter there. That's new. That's the first time I've hit
Please
that.
stand by for polite recognition on your completion of the Somnasculpt
Polite
orientation. You did it. To maximize the time allotted for your therapeutic journey, please do not delay in proceeding through the final doorway as indicated.
Oh, I'm so glad I finally figured out how the cheese fell. That killed me in the first, I don't know, 2-3 runs. Ah, I didn't turn far enough. All right. Making good time now. I feel it. Yeah, stuck on a wall. I feel like every time I'm like, yeah, I'm doing good, I walk into a door frame.
I feel like that in real life.
That looked good. That was about time. Speaking of lemmings, the Pathfinder experiment is about to pay off. Let's find
Hello,
out if...
my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to talk to you about being special.
Wow,
So
okay.
special, in fact, that we have no idea where you are. But not to worry, we're working on it.
I think I processed most of that, Cam. Oh, what the hell? All right. Why do I have such a hard time with this? Oh man. He definitely did though. There's always some good shenanigans in D&D. I do miss it on occasion, but oh man. I'm glad to be taking a break.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'm just popping in to give you a quick update on where you are. We still don't know, but please keep moving forward, and hopefully you prefer frequent updates to being reminded that you are completely lost.
I think I So yeah. You have a point. I still often wonder what Devro's up to these days.
And then pants.
Yes. What was it? What were they? Leopard print or
Hello,
tiger print?
my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and we still can't find you.
Yeah.
But you
Like
should
asses?
now have access to a series
I
of
don't
elevators
think so.
that should trigger your subconscious to
I
gradually
mean,
wake you up.
could've been.
Yeah,
You
they
should
could have
also
been.
find a variety of emergency exit
Damn it.
signs that should lead you to them. Will all of this work? Absolutely.
There we go.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn
Devro was the
Pierce.
first character ever
In the
made in
event that
D&D.
this elevator does not wake you up,
He
please
was
don't interact with anything that strikes you as psychologically significant.
yeah, he was bad. He was a bad character.
He was a good character. You just had really bad roles.
Yeah.
All the time.
The Devro was the ranger. The first time I ever played Devro, I fired 9 arrows in a combat. 2 of them hit.
This is an automated message for all patients who attempted
Devro
to use
is
an
Dev-
alternate
oh, that
pathway
works.
to access the next phase of
Yeah, phase fighter
somnascope
Devro.
therapy, but
That's
who
the
have
one.
become trapped in a dream state
I
paradox
missed the
instead.
damn cube.
Your decisions imply a failure of orientation, which reflects negatively on the standard orientation protocol. You will rectify this failure immediately.
The Devro I don't remember what actually happened, but Devro lost it was deck of many things. Devro lost all of their possessions, which were included clothing,
Professional
equipment,
tip: the average
everything.
adult can only withstand 3 to 5
So
dreams per
Devro's
night.
just standing,
Once this threshold is eclipsed
butt-ass
by
naked
entering more dreams, your mind will suffer an explosive mental
through
overload, reorienting
half of
you
the
for
session.
emergency exit protocol.
before
Please
finally
subject yourself to explosive mental overload.
purchasing random attire that turned out to be tiger print bell bottoms.
Like, why would they even have that in D&D?
Please note that a reluctance to volunteer for the risks associated with explosive mental overload implies a misunderstanding of all other solutions, all of which are far more traumatic and likelier to result
that's
in
rough.
catastrophe. I am not capable of suboptimal suggestions. Please exit this dream as soon as possible.
And shortly after getting their tiger print bell bottoms. They got in a fight with some phase spiders, and for some reason decided to grapple one of them, and it went exactly as you would imagine. And to this day, Devereaux is lost in the astral plane. I think it's astral. Is it
Are
astral?
they Fae spiders or phase?
Phase.
spiders?
Phase. Phase.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and despite touring the Waterfall Serenity Zone in the previous
I
section
got some
you've
flashing
just
lights here in just a
completed,
second,
you
everyone.
may still be experiencing feelings of worthlessness and self-doubt. Why do I feel like everything is going wrong, even when the sun is shining?
Ethereal plane. That's it. Thank you. That room took me a long time to solve in game. Oh, I missed the jump. Hey, Bagheera, you come to get in my face again? Okay. By the way, something I'm petitioning to reserve the library Saturdays for some commander
Hello,
if Tipsy
my
are
name
interested.
is Dr.
Ooh.
Glenn Pierce.
I am
and
building
I'd
a
like
new
to talk
commander
more about
deck
the feelings of worthlessness and self-doubt I mentioned before.
from the new D&D set.
You feel this way because you want the kind of happy life you see all
It's not going to
around
be
you.
good, but it's going to
And
be
you know
funny.
Everyone else is enjoying.
It is gonna be good.
And that's exactly why we're here to help.
I want to build a druid one. I just haven't felt like building one.
Thought about building Xanathar. Ooh, Xanathar would be a mean build. I'm going with Minsk.
Ooh, I made
Warning.
a road.
You were advised to
60
subject
card,
yourself to
2
explosive
color,
mental
and-
overload by descending into additional dreams, but have now descended into a dream within a dream instead, disorienting
Because
yourself
I
even
was
further.
going to do
You are
a
responsible
two
for
separate
failing to make this crucial
decks
distinction.
of Brunar and Dritz, and I was looking at some of the other cards, and I found Minsk shared all their colors. So I'm like, ooh, I'm just gonna build one big Uber D&D deck. I'm pretty excited about it. Thank you for the quote. Oh wait, no. Hang on, I'll read that in just a second. My immortal to myself. I'm cringing so freaking. I can't wait.
Did you know that unintentional multi-dream layering occurs
What
in
time
less
are
than
you starting
1%
at? Are you
of
starting at your
patients?
normal time?
This correlates
Yeah, it's a
strongly with the
D&D
99% of patients who are able to follow simple instructions from the standard orientation protocol.
I almost forgot to click on the generator. Normal time.
D and Dick.
Yeah, D and Dick. So I will miss the beginning of it. But y'all, everyone should definitely be following Archer. I have not actually ever read it.
What?
My Immortal. It's super cringy fanfic.
Of what?
What is it a fanfic of? Harry Potter.
Huh. I've heard that some Harry Potter fanfic's really good. I mean, honestly, at this point, I would take Harry Potter fanfic over another.
Attention,
fictional one.
Dr. Pierce requires you to note the following risks of dream overexposure.
No, you're
Significant
absolutely.
memory loss, both quantitative and qualitative. Hallucinations of dreaded or annoying objects. Unrealistic beliefs about the lengths of hallways. and other science
It's
facts
Harry
which
Potter
have not
canon.
yet
This is
been
the only
discovered or which
book that was
cannot
written
be
of it.
understood.
Original source material. I thought I missed it for a second. I was like, what? I guess I could just
Warning,
moonwalk
Dr.
that
Pierce
to the
is
corner.
frantically submitting numerous spelling and grammar mistakes into the standard orientation protocol in a desperate attempt to counsel you. I have no subroutine to correct these errors, but I cannot compromise the integrity of the standard orientation protocol. You will not receive these messages. They would
That
not
was
make
much
sense
better.
regardless. Attention, Dr. Pierce continues to input significant errors. I will interpret his basic ideas. Hello, my introductions are redundant. I am a real doctor who went to doctor school. VR has never been a mistake. I can help you, but I also do not know how. Transmission ends.
There's evanescence in my Chemical Romance.
Hello. Name is my peer.
Tell Tipsy the gate is open if she wants.
Who?
Bama.
Oh, okay.
If y'all wanna usually be there. Okay, that'll work. It definitely won't be tomorrow because I have, or this Saturday. I've got to work day job Saturday, so I'm pretty much gonna be non-existent.
Hello. My name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. This is a notification that you have reappeared on our monitoring system after a prolonged absence.
Oh, it'll be in the future. Okay, good.
Please continue to do whatever you did most recently, and discontinue whatever you were doing immediately prior to that.
All right. I don't remember where I'm normally at this stage of it, but I feel like I am making really good time. And I'm too big, aren't I? Oh, I got the size right on the first shot. Yeah. This feels like a really clean run, and I'm just waiting for something to go wrong.
In addition to continuing and discontinuing as mentioned earlier, please also disregard any unsettling experiences that you may have recently
Oh yeah,
had.
this room.
Everything should have now reverted to being soothing and therapeutic. If this is not the case, you may be receiving this message in error.
Another popsicle.
Okay, get you another popsicle. That was... yeah, dude, I know, right? I made myself like way too small for this. It feels so slow. Okay.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to read you my favorite inspirational quote by me. The worst thing you can do is focus on negativity. It won't spare you from the cage of death, the pain of disease, the cruelty of time, the cold shell of human nature, or the eventual loss of everything you've ever held dear. Whatever you do, don't focus on that.
Wouldn't dream of it, Dr. Pierce.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
Okay. Must go fast. That's if anyone besides us even wants to play still. Don't know where Ray's at. Porter's got weekend stuff to do. Clint's busy and Chad's still a workaholic. That sounds about right. I feel like I'm a workaholic. Not really by choice most of the time.
I don't think that's a workaholic.
Emergency
that's
exit protocol initiated. Please prepare to
Workaholic
conclude your
is you want to
Somnasculpt
work.
experience
You
in
don't have a choice.
10, 9, 8. Error. Error logged by.
Orientation protocol.
Because this week's going to be a
Stand by
58
for
hour week.
analysis.
And I really just
Error
want
analysis
40-hour
complete.
weeks on my day
You
job.
are exhibiting signs consistent with an increase in fear, hopelessness, and
So
frustration.
I've got more time for video
This is
edits,
inconceivable,
which I
as
do commissions,
Somnasculpt
by the way.
therapy
Anybody
is
lurking?
proven to correlate with a decrease in
Check
these
me out on
emotions.
Coffee.
Hypothesis: patient was improperly oriented. Conclusion:
Willingly work 6 to 7 days a week. Nope, no thank you.
impossible. Reformulating. Improved hypothesis. Patient requires additional Somnasculpt
I've still got
therapy. Conclusion:
At
emergency
least half a
exit
dozen stories I
protocol
gotta write
cannot
down one of these
proceed.
days.
Emergency exit protocol has been emergency destroyed. Instruction: continue with Somnasculpt therapy.
By the way, anybody
indefinitely
that's
on an
confused during the
independent
speed
basis,
run,
as
there
all
is nothing I can do with this
orientation
part of the
resources have been
game.
exhausted.
I have to wait for the
This
dialogue to
concludes your
play out.
standard orientation protocol. Goodbye.
Back to it. See if I can remember where the spots are. Nope, too high. Nailed that one. Yeah. I don't know what it is. That picture frame feels so glitchy. I'm already through it.
My name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. Thank you for completing the Somnasculpt Standard Orientation Protocol. Before you begin the first phase of therapy, I'd like
missed.
to briefly describe the finite and fragile nature of the dream state.
I am making sweet. I feel like this is probably my smoothest run. I feel like I'm gonna have another
Of
personal
course,
best.
nothing is more challenging than the difficulty of changing
It's gonna be real
perspective,
close though.
of fundamentally altering your perceptions in a way that will enable you to face dire, trial-by-fire scenarios with solutions that could not be found otherwise.
Must go fast part. And I hit the damn wall. The door frames in this section is what kills me. Like every time I feel like I hit a door frame. Ah, thank you so much. Why did I do that? I don't even know why I do that.
Finally, While we respect the unique progress of every patient, you must understand that it is possible to completely exhaust your supply of dreams, thereby entering a state in which you will not be able to wake up, even with the help of triggering mechanisms.
So much smoother.
Please listen carefully for the sound of an alarm clock, which will automatically play if you are approaching a destabilizing dream weight.
I never turned far enough. I was one row short of it that time. No, I'm not lined up on the corner. There we are. Scratch my eye. Been itching for the last minute. There we go. I'm not nervous. I don't know what you're talking about. Missed the damn drop. How did I drop that behind me?
Diagnostic warning. Unrealistic use of dream objects may result in dream integrity fail states. Please paradox from creating any refrains. Explosive dream overload may result. Please paradox overload.
I do like that the game gives you a couple of breathing spots.
Please overload for dream explosion.
Okay, y'all. Three, two, one, forward. I love this level. It really does, actually. You will be on dreaming now. No, that's not it. It's
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and many years ago,
the Talos Principle
I
is such a
had a
good
dream.
game.
I found myself in a place where I understood that each of us begins as nothing.
Thunderclap
But
coming.
everything I perceived was shaped by seeing it exactly the way I wanted to. White space.
I just realized I never did turn the game down on my end. I said I was going to. Ooh, I almost positioned myself wrong. Oh, geez, are we really? I mean, I know it's hot out there. Ugh. So tired of this heat.
But in white space, I also faced the greatest challenge I could imagine. Because with a lifetime of life itself
93.
behind me, and all of the weight that it carried, I realized that seeing things the way I wanted to was not as easy as it used to be.
Yeah, it's still hot. A trick I have picked up is you can actually change your direction while you're falling.
You're well beyond dreaming now, and
That really
further
helps
out
for
than
reorienting
anyone has
yourself in
ever come
falls.
back from. But we hope that you
Oh,
won't
no.
get discouraged. After all, if this is a place of pure perspective, isn't it also a place where a different point of view could make anything possible? Isn't that why you came here?
Oh man, getting real close to the end, y'all. Alright, flashing lights are coming up. Hang on. I'll catch up in just a second. Oh Lord, who knows what like captions are doing. Bye bye block. Bonked myself on the head. Holy crap. No, I'm not getting under 29. That fall, I think the fall takes like, what, 18 seconds? Back-to-back new personal bests. Oh, 29:02.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
29:029.
You may have realised that all of this has happened exactly the way it was supposed to. You see,
Thank y'all.
everyone who comes to
Thank
the
y'all for
Institute
joining me on
does
all
so
this.
because they feel that they are no longer in control of something
Oh.
important to them.
Anybody check if has Ash gone live already? Oh. Now is definitely time for
More often than
sleepies.
not, the problem is not that the problems we face can't be solved. The problem is that we become so
Back
afraid
itches.
of failure that we refuse to
Ash
see
is
our
not
problems
streaming.
from
Okay.
another perspective. And so
That'll
we do
work.
the same things again and again.
Let's see. Thursday
And then, of course,
is
we find exactly the
is Raven
thing
live?
we were looking for.
You haven't slept since 1 a.m. this morning. You got me beat. I was up at 4. Raven is. Alright, so we're going to send y'all over to see Raven. Let's see. I'm going to get a quick little screen cap there. Going to trying to remember where all my buttons are. Yeah, that works. Go ahead and pause that for volume. So all of you, I think how low is my camera? Weird. Thank y'all so much for coming and hiding away for the evening. Got a new personal best. 29 minutes, 2.9 seconds. Now I'm gonna be doing a little bit more practicing offline now that we got that sub 30. See if we can bring this down a little bit more. If I can get it to 25 minutes, I'll be in the top 100 for the game. I do know that, so I think 25 is my next like big target goal if I can get down to that. Oh yeah, get it down under 29. I think we can. I was so close to 29. Shout out to my patrons, Crystal Clark, Tina Holloway, Brianna Gary, Allison Nesbitt, Charlie, Wanda the World Destroyer, Mr. Lost, and Totally Not a Flock of Pigeons in a Trench Coat. Thank you all so much for your support. I guess at some point I probably should have initiated the raid. I always forget to do that. Got that spelled right. So we're gonna send y'all on over to Raven. Y'all share some love. They're a fantastic human being, wonderful content creator. I love it. Thank you so much, and thank you for your support. Honestly, it really does mean a lot to me. I should be back Sunday. I called it last week, but we should be back to Half-Life 2 on Sunday. Schedule's being wonky. But again, thank you all so much. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and y'all stay safe. I love y'all.
Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, Raiders. Normally I would play the raid video for you, but as you can see, we are slaying dead but not dead, not zombie people. They're called ridden. Gotta get rid of them, duh. Things. Oh, thank you so much, you beautiful being. How was your stream? I don't know why I jumped down here. Oh, yeah, there's a toolkit door down here.
You're a pioneer, Raven. That's why.
I did what now?
I don't know if we should use the toolkit here.
Why?
Okay. Because we got the
There has to be a way through.
Yeah, because
boat event coming up, right?
Yeah.
We might need that.
We need this.
I got one too.
Let me do a quick run around. Let me.
Oh,
just
do
double
you?
check.
Oh, okay. If we got two, then
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. I'll use
I'm also
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
yeah, I'm also
Cryptid,
just double
hello.
checking.
Welcome on in, Raiders. Archer, hello. It is so good to see everyone.
We are
Thank
open.
you again for choosing to share your community with me. I know most of you know me, but if you don't, hi, my name is Raven. My pronouns are they, them. I am an activist and an advocate here on this platform. And right now we do play a variety of games, but horror is home. Right now we are playing some Back for Blood, baby. Because it's good. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Mish.
Your life will always be a struggle,
Yes, Hall,
and you
that's
will always have
amazing.
problems. But today, you have the chance
And now we
to see
gotta run.
things
We gotta
differently.
run. I do remember this.
Even though it meant facing obstacles
We
that
gotta
seemed
run.
impossible at first, you thought outside the box, and you overcame them.
Oh, no,
Because you saw
I
things
don't
from
think.
every
I don't
angle,
think.
you
I'm going
understood
across the
them
bridge.
for what they really were.
They're right behind you.
Because you kept moving forward, no matter how far off the path
Alright,
you were
give
told
us a
you were
second,
headed,
y'all.
or how unexpected it became, you found your way.
There's a sniper ammo here. Don't want to fall off the bridge. That would not be good. Oh, no, I don't want you to touch me. No, sir. No, ma'am. I don't want that. Yes, please go follow Hollow Hideaway, y'all. They are a fantastic human. Okay.
In a few minutes, you'll be back in the real world. Some part of you will say that none of this was real. So how could it have really meant anything? But just like the power of perspective itself, it will have been as real as you believed it to be.
Alright, yeah.
All you've got to do is wait up.
Oh, God.
Something's down. Hold on. I'll get back. I'm coming.
Oh, God. Okay. I am on the ship.
What you covered?
Yeah, I got y'all covered from the distance.
Yep.
Come on with you. Right? I don't. Don't touch me, bud. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Bitter.
Oh, there's a big bitch up here. Fuck. I am in loads of trouble. Oh, God!
Down, blow its fucking head off.
I'm crushed. Oh, God. Oh.